Welcome back to Industry Insights. Welcome, Ramu.
So, what do we have on the agenda today, Abhay?
The big news is crude oil shocks hitting your favorite soap,
Oh dear.
plus glass furnaces firing back up,
Hmm.
plus how packaging is changing its entire job description.
Amaze, Abhay. So it's all about supply chain. It's all about consumers' hand. But before we get into all the nitty gritties, let's hit our opening jingle in the Abhay Avadhani style.
Listen close, what I gotta say, cause you know there ain't no other way. Packaging is the message, yay. You ready? Let's go.
Yo. So in segment one, we look at the crude reality for FMCG. You got that, Abhay? The crude reality.
Yes, so let's start with a shocker
Hmm.
that's going to hit every single household budget: crude oil.
Yep.
So the geopolitical tensions are pushing prices up, and FMCG companies will feel the pain, particularly in their margins.
Got it. So we've been tracking some data since the last 72 to 96 hours. And what we have generally, after doing the number crunching, arrived at is what the analysts are saying that if crude sustains about $90 a barrel, we could see FMCG firms implement calibrated price hikes of about 1 to 3% over the next quarter. So, Abhay, this isn't just about the fuel in the trucks, it's a lot
Exactly.
more. Yeah,
Exactly. So it's the packaging that's the silent killer here.
that's
So
true.
as Ravi Kapoor from PwC in India pointed out, almost all packaging materials from your PET bottles to laminated wrappers and containers, all of them are derived from crude linked petrochemicals.
Got it. And so, with the polymer being at the center of this universe, I suspect industries are going to pass on pricing changes rather quickly.
Yes, yes. And when you consider packaging is 12 to 18% of the cost of goods sold,
Correct.
and logistics another 6 to 8% of those sales, a
Mm,
sustained spike could compress the EBITDA margins by 80 to 120 points if companies don't pass on the costs.
right. So, you mean broadly 80 to 120 basis points.
Basis
Correct.
points,
Yeah,
yeah.
got it. Got it. And just to understand a bit, ripple effect, this will extend, beyond manufacturing.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So
Mm-hmm.
higher crude prices influence agricultural commodities
Mm,
like soybeans, which then hit the edible oil markets, and
mm.
of course, crucially, the household budgets of the rural consumer, which is a key demand driver for FMCG.
Got it. Got it. It's interesting. We are recording here in Andheri, and right in the adjacent is a lane called Teli Gully.
Hmm.
This is way before your time, but it used to be a lane in which you used to handcraft oil out of mustard and
Hmm.
things like, till.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just feel when you hear about all these crises that maybe we go back to those days of, handcrafting oil or rather making hand
Yeah,
oil, from those hand machines. Yeah.
definitely.
Let's move on quickly to segment two, packaging's quite revolution, the evolving role of packaging, and amazing, mentorship by you because the latest print edition of What Packaging saw a fab story, ID Fresh Butter Stick. And they didn't quite make it because of, just what they are doing, but also a great convenience fix, correct?
Yes, and it's a brilliant case study.
Yeah. And readers, if you're interested in getting hold of the print edition of What Packaging, please contact Prasad Gangurde. You can get his contacts from the website. Mm.
Yeah, so the product was great,
Okay.
but it asked consumers to change decades of habit,
All
which is
right.
the muscle memory of cutting and spreading butter.
Mm.
Yeah, the lesson here is that convenience is no longer an innovation,
Mm.
it's a non negotiable default.
Okay.
So you can't force behavior change unless the payoff is unmistakable.
Got it. So, because it's What Packaging, I guess the shift has redefined the pack's job description in a way. So the CV of the pack we are seeing a few things happening with that simultaneously. Got it?
Like such as?
I think convenience is
Hmm.
a default, correct?
Yeah, and rescalability and portion control are hygiene factors and
Mm,
not value additions in
mm,
time compressed urban life.
got it. So great for the resume of ID Fresh Butter Stick.
Yeah.
Our next segment is about pack as a decision filter. What do you have to say about that?
So yeah, as shelves get more crowded, the
Mm,
primary packaging needs to help consumers decide faster.
got it.
And in this aspect, clarity outperforms the persuasion.
Got it.
Think cleaner visual hierarchy and intentional information design.
Right.
So, like the original takeaway that was a consumer takes around 5 seconds to decide a pack on a shelf.
Yep. And what do you have to say, Abhay? Pack size as strategy, does that really influence this 5 second behavior?
Oh yes, so small packs are moving beyond affordability. So they are
Mm,
now about trial, experimentation,
right.
and commitment-free spending.
Got it. Got it. And then, of course, the 3 rupee serum sachet.
Yes.
Sunsilk has got to something. Again, about penetration, about habit formation, and not just price, right? Anything else that you'd like to add?
Yeah, on the premium end, it's all about the restraint.
Okay.
So transparent packs and thoughtful design, these signal quality more effectively than heavy or over ornamented materials. And
Mm.
it's the confidence, it's not access.
Excess,
Excess,
yeah, yeah. So this is something we noticed quite a bit during Plast India, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the big daddies, underscoring this and the importance of that. Okay, wonderful. Since you mentioned sustainability, let's move to segment three, the sustainability engine, plastics.
Oh yes. So the biggest factor driving design right now is sustainability, of course.
Yep.
But here too, the rule of performance over promise. This
Mm.
rule applies.
Yep.
So consumers will not only reward the environmental efforts
Mm.
if the core functionality of the product is not compromised.
Understood. And since we began with crude and whatever its impact and ripple effect in the industry, let's talk about polyester and film packaging industry,
Oh yes.
which means innovation in material science. Again, I think what packaging sort of forayed ahead in that with the conversation it had with Arvind Singhania. He's chairman and MD of Ester Industries, and their strategy, which is anchored in enabling circularity at scale.
Oh yes, it's a huge commitment. So
Yes.
Esther is hitting it from two sides,
Yep.
mechanical and chemicals recycling.
Got it. And on the mechanical front, again, some numbers for you to crunch, Abhay. They have 28,000 TPA of food grade rPET capacity across their facilities. So fab. But the game changer is the chemical side, their joint venture. This is with Elite. It's called Elite with Loop Industries.
Oh,
Hmm.
so yeah, 70,000 tons per annum of virgin quality recycled polyester chips from textile waste and PET scrap.
That's right.
That's massive.
Absolutely. So the key in all this, of course, is true circularity and allowing even complex polyester waste to be recycled
Yes.
repeatedly. And then on the performance side, they're innovating with high barrier films and then patented monomaterial PET laminates, and then solutions that meet both the brand owner's need for shelf life and the regulator's demand for recyclability. So as you keep saying, amaze.
Yeah, and it's about being proactive and embedding compliance into the product design.
Correct. Embedding compliance into product design. I think
Yeah.
that's the crux of the matter, and we need to do more about this.
Yes, yes. So from advanced recycling, let's pivot to the ground level,
Okay.
which is the intersection of manufacturing and brand building.
Yep. So speaking of pivoting, I think you're alluding to again, one more fascinating case, which was published in What Packaging, which is Shri Pack Containers and their D2C baby brand, Eda Baby.
Oh yes.
Hmm.
So Rohan Rai, who is the executive director at Shri Pack,
Okay.
he shared a key insight with us.
All right.
The future of Indian packaging lies in systems and not spectacle.
Ah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and this brings us to Shri Pack, which operates both offset and flexo printing under one roof.
Okay. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you ask why? Because to carry the brand intent forward without dilution or risk, especially in regulated categories like pharma.
Oh, yes. Pharma is really, really tough.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Rohan Rai's sort of takeaway, or rather his experience as a brand owner with Eda Baby is a must listen for anyone in this space. Rohan Rai calls it client PSP duality. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, and his background as a packager meant that the packaging for the baby line was designed as functional protection for the sensitive formulations and not just branding real estate. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So Rohan Rai realized that
Mm.
creating packaging for Indian baby skin, which is of course sensitive to the local environment stresses, this requires a commitment to barrier integrity, light, and oxygen protection.
Mm.
But what I loved was how he blended that science with the consumer experience.
Yes. And that brand experience at Edda Baby is sort of pure genius. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so glitter finishes for tactile engagement,
Mm.
characters with jingles on Spotify,
Yep.
and along with interactive coloring books.
Yep. Yep. And this, I think, is, a lot of people in the brand space talk. They say it's got to be an emotion.
Yeah,
So here it's interesting because the packaging becomes part of that emotion.
yeah,
So
exactly.
great example of a physical pack becoming simpler while digital layers absorb the complexities.
Yes, and the biggest lesson for him was execution feels different when your name is on the pack.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so small changes can create a huge domino effect on inventory and the trust.
That's very, very interesting. So, quite nice. We've sort of touched upon Arvind Singhania, we've touched upon Rohan Rai, we've also looked at one more case study. Now, moving on to segment 5, another big daddy, the glass revival and tech. What does that imply?
Yeah, so let's close out with the traditional industry that is seeing a big revival,
Okay,
which is container glass.
okay,
Yes, so this sector is holding up well because it sits right at the intersection of sustainability, with glass being, of course, infinitely recyclable and fast moving end markets like spirits, food, and pharma.
nice, nice. And the big story here is from what packaging is Hindustan National Glass Industries, also known as HNGIL, and interestingly enough, was acquired by the Uganda-based Madhvani Group under a major IBC resolution. This was, I think, 6 or 7 months ago in September.
Hmm.
And it is again from one more sort of industry leader. This is Kumar Krishnan, who is the managing director at Hindustan National Glass Industries, and his revival plan, which again I think was shared with you directly, right,
Oh,
Abhay?
yes, yes, definitely.
Hmm.
And it's a massive commitment from HNGIL.
Yep, yep.
So, rupees 2,250 crore resolution plan
Okay,
with 1,000 rupee crore committed for capital expenditure. This is to modernize furnaces and upgrade the automation.
okay,
So we are already seeing progress with furnaces recommissioned in Puducherry, Rishtra, and Rishikesh.
okay. That's nice. That's Puducherry, Rishra, Rishikesh. So interesting locations
Yeah.
also, yeah. And in all three, I think there's a focus on circularity. And
Yes.
again, one of the things I had picked up from your, interaction with Kumar Krishnan is the key challenge in India,
Yeah.
which is something called inconsistent cullet,
Hmm.
which is recycled glass. So again, quality and fragmented informal recycling networks. And then, of course, what's interesting is how Hindustan National Glass Industries has been tackling this by creating formal collection and processing hubs. Again, interesting because we saw Tata Steels and what is it? Jindal Steels also doing something similar in terms of formalizing the recycling network.
Yeah,
Interesting.
exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. And HNGL is not stopping there.
Okay.
So it's exploring advanced technologies like green hydrogen pilots in furnaces to decarbonize their manufacturing,
Okay.
which aligns with India's national green hydrogen mission.
Okay.
Along with this, they are also incorporating AI driven machine vision systems
Hmm.
to improve defect detection and yield.
Okay.
Again, it's the perfect blend of tradition and future forward reach.
Okay, and with that, it's time to wrap up. What an episode! We began with the crude reality for FMCG. Then we had a little bit about what is happening with the concern with packaging materials. Then we looked at ID Fresh butter stick. After which we picked up on our conversation with Arvind Singhania, chairman and MD of Ester, and then also looked at. Rohan Rai, the executive director at Shripak, culminated with Hindustan National Glass Industries, and again their managing director Kumar Krishnan. So well done, Abhay. Hmm.
Yeah, so the takeaway is clear. Packaging is still the message, but today the message is about invisible utility,
Hmm.
which is fitting naturally into life,
Hmm.
and radical sustainability, which is performing without compromise.
Nice. And so, ladies and gentlemen, and veneered members of the packaging fraternity, on that note, we wrap up this week's Industry Insights. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll catch you next time for more news and views from the world of packaging. Goodbye from now for now from Ramu, Ramanathan, and I.
Aujo.